Hey everyone, welcome to the Localite podcast, your go-to place for where to go, what to eat, and who to meet in Alamance County and all the surrounding areas. Today we are joining everyone in Om Shanti Yoga Studio based in the heart of Burlington, North Carolina, name deriving from the beautiful ancient Sanskrit, truly encompassing all that the community stands for. I am joined by Susan Hearn, Daryl Bozovich, and Jessica Newcomb. How are you guys doing today?
Really good. Great.
Doing great.
So I know I read Sanskrit and everything, and thank you guys for having us here in studio. What a wonderful spot. How long have you guys been here?
We started in 2009.
Okay. Has it been, so you're talking about through all the financial nonsense, all the COVIDs, everything. Is there, as a aside from Bozovich, do you have anything for like business owners that are like struggling through it? How do you get through all this?
It has been a ride for sure. It started with a lot of calls in. People wondered if this was a religion and what were we doing. And, no, it's not a religion. Mm-hmm. It's a practice. It's a very ancient practice, based on your mind and your body. We rolled from there to be very successful, adding more and more classes. And then I think the first thing that hit was a ton of yoga studios opened, it seemed like all at the same time. So we went from being the only yoga studio to, little pieces of yoga around the community to a bunch. So obviously the students went all over and we lost some business there. Pick that back up at some point in time, and then COVID came, of course, where we couldn't operate for quite a while. So a call out to down the road, Red Oak said, come on in, teach here. You can teach here because the regulations don't apply. So for a long time, that was the only place we could teach in person. But then as that resolved, back to the studio, we picked up Jessica as our manager here, which helped tremendously in terms of, Daryl and I are so young and really with Facebook and Instagram, right? So that social media is our thing. So when Jessica came
I hardly
aboard,
had to do anything at all.
It really helped a lot. It kind of changed the face of the studio in terms of what people saw.
So let's take it back. 2009. What was the area like? Was it? I know you mentioned was this a religion? Was it that new? Was yoga that unfamiliar to people around here?
I feel like it was here.
Okay.
It certainly wasn't in the days of being popular as it is today, and has been for quite a while. But in 2009, there really wasn't yoga here in Alamance County. And certainly not a studio. So that was kind of an eye-opening thing for people to say, what does this place do exactly? Yeah,
because you guys this is like the first one I'd ever heard of. It's like yoga around here. And I remember being like a lifeguard back in the day. I was like, what is this? Yeah, I was completely an idiot back then. But so what does Om Shanti mean? Where does that derive from?
Yeah, Om is a sacred sound for encompassing everything. Shanti means peace. So basically it is that call for peace with all, from internal to the community around. Okay.
I think I read it's Om, so you said everything. It's like someone said that's the base sound of the universe. Is that what that comes from? Okay, so when you're doing that chant, you're just going back into inward or outward.
Yeah, your connection with everything.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So how did you decide on that?
When we originally started, we had a list of probably 40 names, each of us. So it was myself and the co-founder. And the only ones that kind of tied had the word Om in them. Mm-hmm. And then we had some that were about peace, about cultivate. And so we just started to put words together that were on both of our lists.
Okay. It's funny because you guys are in 2009. If it was in 2020, I feel like it'd be like blast yoga.
Well, and it might have been named by ChatGPT, right?
ChatGPT with a Canva logo out of.
Exactly. Yeah.
We've been hating on Canva. We use it all the time. So going from the creation, so what happens here? What does a day look like? Obviously, is there different classes? Can anyone come in? How does that roll?
Yeah, we've got classes that are really varied. So it's not a one size fits all. Everybody has different needs. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the things that I really enjoy and like about being a part of Om Shanti is we're really about the teachers.
Okay.
And so every teacher brings their own personality, their own experience, their own love for yoga and different types of yoga. So remind me, Tyler, what your real question was.
So what happens here? So like, what are the different classes?
Okay.
Like if I was new and I was driving by and I was like, oh God, there's another Panera around here. Oh, there's a yoga studio.
Right.
What could I come in and expect?
Okay. So if you come in and you're able to talk to a teacher that's here, they would tell you that I think we have over 22, 24 classes.
Wow.
During the week on 7 days. And some of the classes are stretch classes where you come in and you stretch, your body. Some of them are slow moving classes. We have had in the past, and some people still use chairs for people that have a really hard time standing. And then there's classes that where we induce some heat, with our panels and furnace.
Oh, okay.
And which warms up the body.
Yeah.
And so and you're getting more cardio. So that's one of sometimes the misconceptions of yoga is you're just sitting like we are here and you're just meditating. But in reality, it's that's one of the things that brought me to yoga is seeing the diversity of classes, the diversity of the teachers and what they bring. And so if I was a person looking for a studio, I would either talk to a teacher during one of the time slots, or we've got a really nice website that gives good descriptions of all the different classes. And then I would find a time frame that's appropriate for your lifestyle, where you have some time to come in. And then I would go and the classes that seemed to be interesting to me, I would go and take those classes. One of the things that you don't want if you're new to yoga is to take one class by one person and say, well, it's not for me. Okay. So that's one of the advices I would give to somebody who wants to try yoga is don't just try one class and say it's not for me.
And you would even differentiate that between, like, if you tried this class with this instructor, try the same class with a separate instructor.
Yeah, it may be the same name, but but exactly what you said, that the other instructor may interpret that description differently.
Okay.
And offer a totally different class.
We do encourage people. We have a trial to take the trial. It's a 15-day trial, and take everything that you can so that you discover what teacher you like, what style you like, the time of day that feels best for you. Some people prefer to practice in the morning or the evening. So we encourage that so that they get that opportunity.
Okay. Do you guys have a favorite one? I know there's multiple. I don't know the names. I know Slow Flow, but that's not the actual name.
I love Susan's hot power class.
Okay.
I don't like hot yoga, but I like Susan's.
That's my style. So I think because I go all the time, to try to take a slower flow for myself or even teach it. I can teach it, but to try to do that, my brain is just, my husband always says it never turns off. And so for me, like going power, hard, sweat is really what makes it for me. And I just love hard challenges too. So, to try to put yourself in some pose that's really hard. So that's my personal favorite.
I don't know that I have a personal favorite. The history of my practice, I did a lot of different types of yoga. And so, I don't know, just, being there, experiencing it, really putting myself into it, whether it's a slow class, whether it's a restorative class, or where you're really doing some extreme stretchings, or whether it's a hot class or a power class. I really enjoy all styles. I don't really have a favorite.
Okay. You just take everything a la carte.
But my favorite class would be a class that I teach.
Oh, okay. You're not participating.
Right. No, sometimes I do, but yeah.
I think we have to call it Jessica too, though. Jessica has a beautiful way with her words of getting you in and out of things, and sometimes not even realizing where you're going. And then you're like, what? Why am I doing that? Yeah. That's hard. Or that, and I do love to to listen to you in your class.
You are very creative.
Thank you.
And have a good voice.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have a favorite one?
Here's Susan's power class I really like. I also love taking the yen class, which is you use a bunch of props and set them up and chill out for 3 to 5 minutes in a pose. They're mostly grounding poses, but they really allow time for the connective tissues, the fascia, to release and soften. So those days that I'm feeling really stiff and sticky, that class makes you come out feeling like butter and like you can move again. So I really like that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know when it comes to yoga, breathing is like super important. I know you run a busy schedule. You say before the podcast you're working 100 hours. It was 50 hours, but it's crazy. You're working a crazy schedule. How do you incorporate from here back into real life? Because I imagine you can take at least the breathing at the bare minimum from it.
No, absolutely. When you're feeling crazy, if you can just stop, you can sit, stand, it doesn't matter. Close your eyes, open your eyes, and just let yourself breathe really deeply, in and out your nose for a little bit. It really does calm you down. I mean, the anatomy is there and physiology of why that happens, but without thinking of that, just the moment. You're taking a moment, you're getting grounded, and then you've kind of let go of something that you were doing. Yeah. I definitely find myself doing that in the day. And we have a business coach at my other job, and he tells me all the time, your yoga, teach this to these people, to these consultants, teach them. So every now and then I do like a chair class for them or set up my camera and do just a couple 5 minutes here and there. And they actually love it.
That's awesome.
It's a great break.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing I'd add is if I go to the dentist and if they're having to do a procedure, and so your anxiety is up there, and in fact, my dentist who knew I was a yoga teacher, he said, Daryl, I need you to tap into that yoga breath and really calm down. And so I've seen it being helpful there, or if I'm at work and there's a lot of anxiety creeping in, then my mind just automatically says, okay, you need to stop, and you need to increase your inhales and your exhales and really slow your breath down and let your body do what it was designed to do.
Absolutely. Yeah, we live in probably everyone has stressful times. It's been stressful throughout the history, but obviously we have phones on us all the time. Work is literally on us all the time. So I catch myself. It's like, I got to take that breath and realign myself. It's so important. Kind of when you get into here, when I've done yoga, the chair pose always got me. So it was always hard for me.
Susan's favorite.
Her favorite pose.
So it was hard to breathe through
that. Well, you have to sit back and, kind of relax in your seat a little.
Oh, my Lord. But I think I sometimes go through that, and I'm like, I think I'd rather go to work right now.
There is a saying that the yoga starts as soon as you want to get out of the pose.
Oh, okay. So it's just that internal battle.
Mm-hmm, yeah, and learning to quiet it even in the uncomfortable places and practicing that in the safe environment of being on your mat allows you to be able to take that out into the real world. And when those moments of discomfort come up, probably more emotionally than physically, you're able to start to tap into that ability to re-regulate yourself and calm back down.
Yeah. You actually bring up a point I thought about years ago. Is yoga, so powerlifting, you get to attack your body and you kind of can jam out to music, but yoga, similar to we're swimmers, me and Chris, we swim, it's you're stuck with what's in your head. So you're constantly fighting those inner demons. And so I was thinking about with yoga is it's a lot of, you're doing poses, but you're really fighting a battle in your head right now.
Everything you do can be mindful, but yoga really has that emphasis on mindfulness and staying present. But yeah, I know what you mean, because when I first started, and maybe you guys can attest, Shavasana, which is at the very end when you're just laying there resting and you're trying to take yourself to that place in between wake and sleep, it was torture. It is my favorite place now because I have learned how to quiet my mind.
Okay.
But yeah, when you first start, it's really hard.
Yeah, and when we're teaching, because people are all in their mind, and if you're doing a balance and you're up here, you're going to fall.
Yeah.
So we're constantly, press your foot into the earth, lift the top of your head up, so that they're hearing things. They're like, okay, push my head up, my feet, I run my shoulders back, and it kind of gets them back in their body at least, and then you go to breath, and hopefully they can stay there for a bit.
Gotcha. How did all three of you get into this? How does one discover it? I know, especially more kudos to you, because 2009, the internet wasn't where it's at. Like, how do you start? Like, how did you?
So I actually started a studio in Ohio prior to this.
Okay.
I had been practicing. I worked for a national consulting company and traveled all over. So I did yoga in California, New York, and places where it was hip. And I came back to this little town east of Cleveland to say, we need yoga here. This is great.
You what?
Yeah, exactly. So I started teaching in a gym. I had taken just like a small little certification, realized I needed a lot more, but had taken a small one, started teaching in a gym, decided, I think I'll start another business. I've started a lot of businesses. So I went through kind of a bigger teacher training to just kind of prepare myself, and then started a studio in another town that had never seen yoga before. And it did really well. It thrived. And then eventually we moved here. We lived there 12 years. I handed the studio to someone else. I just gave it to them because I wanted it to continue. And came here. I met Mary Fawcett from the swim team, who liked yoga. And I'm like, you like yoga? I like yoga. What do we do? And she said, it's not time. I'm like, oh, come on. It is time. We can have yoga here.
No time like the present.
Yeah. So, she had tons of connections, but I started networking, making more connections in the town. I started teaching in different places. Macintosh, I taught in that clubhouse where I had to move all the furniture to get space.
God.
And eventually I had to move more and more furniture because it got popular.
Yeah.
And then the basement of the hospital was the big one. It was a huge basement. I started with 3 students. It was loud. It was dark. And by the time we decided to open, it was packed.
Wow.
And she said, okay, it's time. And I said, okay, I trust your, Burlington knowledge. And so we actually started in this building, just a couple doors down in a smaller unit.
Okay, yeah.
And then moved here.
Wow. It's funny thinking there of an underground yoga network.
And it was dark, and although Jessica has a fun
What are they doing
down
there?
Right? The neon,
Oh, yeah. During, right around Halloween, we do the glow-in-the-dark yoga class.
Wow.
So we put up the black lights, and we've got body paint and glow sticks, and it's fun.
Can people see you guys from the outside?
No.
What's going on?
No. You got to come in to experience it.
What about y'all? How did y'all get in?
So I was looking for an exercise regimen. This was around 2010, and the trainer had a gym in Mebane called I Hate the Gym. So I said, okay, I'll go there. And it was a great place. And he eventually left there. And in his creativity, one of the things he would do periodically was he would take us all through a yoga class. Now, he wasn't a certified teacher or anything, but so we did a bunch of poses, and I enjoyed the way my body felt after doing those poses. And so when he eventually moved away or closed down the business, I worked in Greensboro, and I thought, well, maybe yoga. So I Googled yoga, and ended up at a studio in Kernersville, which wasn't far, but I had no idea what I was walking into. It was a Bikram style hot yoga, 105 degrees, 90 minutes, 26 poses, and about 40 pounds heavier than I am now, and I thought I was going to die. And so the teacher said,
You'll meet the universe. So.
Yes, I will meet the universe. And so she could tell that I was struggling and said, I'll tell you what, you won't know that this is for you. Kind of like what I said. You walk to a class and you go, yoga's not for me. Well, that wasn't the case. So she said, you need to come 3 days a week, 6 weeks, and then decide.
Yeah.
And I'm a pretty determined person. So I was like, yes, I will do this. And so obviously the more I did it, the more I could do it, and just really, like, again, saw the benefits of it and said, okay, yeah, my body's responding. lost about 40 pounds.
Congratulations.
And did it for a couple years there, not knowing that there was any other type of yoga.
Yeah.
I still thought this was the yoga, right? And so back, Kernsville's a long way to travel when you live in Mebane. So I experimented going to a studio in Hillsborough and Chapel Hill, and then eventually came here. I didn't come here because I saw people standing upside down, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to do that.
No, but what he said was, there is no way this is going to be as good as my other class.
Yeah, I probably said that, but
You just missed the rave party.
but to speed the thoughts up, I found out that there were other forms of yoga, and they were enjoyable and they were beneficial. And I had a friend that said, "Man, you're really into this yoga thing. You should teach." Mm-hmm. And so he challenged me. And I thought in 2014, I said, yeah. And a lot of the teachers that I liked got their certification in Franklin Street Yoga Center.
Oh, okay.
And so that's when I went and got my 200-hour certification there.
Wow.
And then continued and ended up with a 500-hour certification at Hot Asana down in Southern Pines. So that's kind of my journey besides joining Om Shanti.
I was thinking there's a merch idea for you guys if you guys are going to sell the I Hate the Gym shirts. Nothing like peace.
We may have to seal that.
Yeah.
Well, the way I found yoga was I was having lower back pain, which I didn't feel like was quite right for an 18-year-old. And so I went to the library and I found a DVD called Yoga for Wimps.
Wow.
And that seemed about my speed. So
You guys got a real edgy history.
We're a tough crowd.
Yeah.
So yeah, I followed that DVD, which was about a 30-minute practice every day for a month. And the lower back pain completely went away. And so my motivation was gone, so I stopped practicing until I got to a gym in Virginia where my husband was stationed, and they had classes. And so I started taking classes 2 to 3 times a week. And about only a year after really starting my practice, I had the opportunity of getting my 200-hour.
Wow.
And I had no intention of teaching. There was no way I was going to be standing up in front of a room of people and talking. And started teaching about 2 weeks after completing my teacher training. And I came here 2023. Yeah, because I was postpartum, my husband was deployed, and I needed an outlet. I had to start teaching again. I think you'll find most yoga teachers love teaching. Like, we're just really passionate about it.
I found that. I feel like there's such a race once you get your 200 hours. It's like, I'm instructing.
Yes, we love it.
It's really nerve-wracking, though. I feel like you're well prepared, but then all of a sudden you're alone up there. So.
My favorite thing, though, and this is what differentiates teaching yoga from any other public speaking, is that if you're doing a lecture or whatever, you can't tell everyone to just close their eyes. Whereas in yoga class, I get up there, everyone close your eyes. Don't look at me, and we're good.
That's funny.
That's awesome. You had mentioned seeing different styles of yoga. How many does this studio? How many are there? How many is the studio? Is it like the Infinity Gauntlet? Is it just all of them?
There's a lot. I mean, there's a few like original ones that turned into things, and I think we all teach some variation of that original kind of text and classes that became. We always think of ourselves kind of as like yoga mutts or something. Like, I have 3 different certifications in 3 different types of yoga, so I am constantly blending and not doing a pure class.
I never realized how fluid yoga is, like with the amount of variation.
We also have to watch your class. So, I mean, Jessica mentioned my class. It's a hard class, but I mean, anyone can come, because if I see you and I see that you're not doing it, I'm going to just start offering modifications or handing you a block or talking through some of that. So we try to make it accessible for anyone.
That's one of the things that I wanted to interject is I often hear people who do not practice yoga say, well, I tried it, but I suck at yoga. And that's doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So I would, anybody who's maybe listening to this podcast that have thought about taking yoga, If you're attempting to get into a pose, you just did the pose. It has nothing to do with what it looks like everybody else is doing.
Intention is everything.
Or what, a yoga journal or a magazine or Instagram post looks like. You're getting the benefit of the pose if you're safely, trying to do it.
Yeah.
And your teacher should be looking at that. So,
and I think that's one of the things that makes Om Shanti really special is that we're not aesthetic. We're not glitz and glam. Mm-hmm. People roll in their old T-shirt and leggings and just move in a way that feels good.
Yeah.
And leave feeling better. And it makes it very authentic. And so, like, as cliche as it sounds, it's a non-judgment zone. And everyone has that freedom to move in a way that their body is actually asking for rather than what their neighbor is doing or what even the teacher is saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think it's really approachable here, too. It's really friendly. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of people that travel, and they'll come in and say, this is the best studio ever because it's so friendly. I mean, we're not only greeting them, but as they come into class, people are introducing themselves and wanting them to join the community, which is exactly what we wanted to build.
It's funny you had mentioned, I was thinking in regards to, like, you want to stay present, yoga is very internal, fights, how the culture, at least on social media, is look what I look like, look at me. It's very vain, and so you kind of see that bleed over into some studios, how they present themselves. So it's kind of like when you were talking about this is very grounded, this is very real. I can feel it. I mean, it's not like, oh my God, look at the neon, I mean, you guys do neon parties, but like there's nothing.
Once a year.
But you get what I'm saying. It's not high posh in that way. It's very grounded. So, yeah.
Yeah, I always say if the yoga is stressing you out, you're doing the yoga wrong. Mm-hmm. So, and there have been some places that I've gone into and it's like, oh, I don't have on the perfect matching set and my hair and my makeup's not done. This isn't the yoga I'm looking for. So, yeah, which is very different here, where even as a teacher, I feel very comfortable coming in looking like I've just had a day.
When you leave, your day will be better.
That's right. Absolutely. All the time.
Well, we intentionally don't want a lot of distractions.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we all receive thousands and thousands of thoughts a day. And we don't realize what it's really doing to our bodies. Mm-hmm. And so to come to a place, and you were mentioning all the thoughts running through your head, to come to a place where I can get on my mat, and all I have to do is listen.
Yeah. Listen
to the instruction and do. I don't have to generate that as a participant. And so that helps clear your mind by just coming in and say, okay, I want to be attentive to what they're asking me to do with my body.
Yeah.
And that is calming for me.
Perfect. Well, we always end the Localite podcast. We're not done yet, but I wanted to, it wouldn't be the Localite podcast without asking each and every one of you, what are y'all's, where you go around, we highlight things in Alamance County and Burlington. What are y'all's favorite each 2 to 3 spots in the area? It can be a studio, it could be a gym, it could be a venue, restaurant, anything like that.
I'll start with Prego, our neighbor right down the couple over. Not because they're here, but because I think they are probably one of the best restaurants in the area.
Okay.
Also, and as you know, Vincent very well. I lived very near him. Very sweet, wonderful man that started that restaurant and died tragically. His son took over at a very young age, and he said to me at the funeral, "I don't know if I can do this."
Yeah.
And it's amazing because they also had to move, and it's a beautiful place now. He's done an amazing job, and it's just as welcoming, and I love their food. So that'll be my number one.
That's a great question, Tony.
The great one's always going to ponder.
That's why I went first.
So if I'm...
You guys knew this question was coming.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Yeah, I know. So I live in Mebane, and I do enjoy relaxing and being comfortable. And so one of the restaurants that opened up about a year or so ago was the Wooden Nickel. And and so I really enjoy going there. The food is fantastic. Not only kind of pub food, they also have a really nice menu that changes almost daily, it seems like. Some really tasty food, and if you like craft beer, they always have a really good craft beer list. And it's nice going to places where the people that work there know your name. So you come in and hey Daryl,
absolutely.
Hey Emily,
it's like Cheers.
It is like Cheers, and so for that reason, that's why I really like it.
Yeah.
And again, are comfortable there. But there's Bright Penny, is another really good place. In fact, we teach yoga there in the beer garden. And
perfect.
So it's a great place too. So anyway, and then I like hiking, and so Burlington, Alamance County has incredible hiking trails, and especially along the Hall River. So the Hall River Trail. So anybody that wants to Google Hall River Trail, you'll see a lot of different places to get in onto the trail. Mm-hmm. But it's just beautiful, and they've done a really good job, and they continue to expand the trail to where eventually you'll be able to go from probably western Alamance all the way to Saxonville Hall along the Hall River. So
is that a part of the Mountain to Sea Trail?
Parts of it are. I just hiked a bunch of it on Wednesday. Parts of it are.
Okay.
But then there's still some missing. And sometimes the Mountain to Sea Trail takes another path.
Okay. I know it varies sometimes. So, okay. Any favorites?
Okay, yes. And coming from a mom of a small child, Alamance Partnership for Children is one of our favorite places to go. It's an outdoor play area. It's open. It's free. It's gated. And it's got a mud kitchen with running water. It's got a playground. It's got a noise-making station with pots and pans to bang on. It's got a lot of fun things that keep him entertained for a long time. So I greatly appreciate that spot.
Okay.
Again, as a mom of a young child, I'm getting my coffee at the Daily Grind.
Ooh, okay.
That's a favorite. And a new spot that I just found that I love is Rain Nails, which is in this shopping center. They just opened a little mom and pop shop, and they did an absolutely fantastic job the one time I went there, but it was great. So it's a new favorite.
We should do a podcast with pedicures.
Yes.
Ooh.
Now I think massage.
One more too. Mini dingo, if you want to just sit outside and have you mention beer.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's a bottle shop, right?
it's not. No, they have they do have they do sell cans and bottles, but they have a full bar. And when you walk in, Ted says hazy IPA, right? And I'm like, you got it. And so that's my cheers. Right?
That's true. If you tell Ted what you normally drink, then boom, he's got it, and then he remembers it. Yes, he does.
Ooh, another good one is Cersei's in Burlington. It's a plant shop with a bar. And so it's
bars around.
I know, but they said that they want to be Burlington's unofficial living room, and it really does feel like that. Like they're like, don't have to buy anything, just come in, chill on some of the couches, surrounded by plants, have a drink if you want one. Yeah. No, it's great.
Very peaceful, and we'd like to do yoga there still, right? We're working on that one.
Yeah. So that was going to be my next question for people who are looking to find you guys. Where, because you guys are partnering with businesses, where can they find you? What events are coming up? And then what are your socials? How can we interact with y'all?
So,
go ahead.
Well, just the events that I can remember off the top of my head is we also, besides Bright Penny, we also teach at Toasty Kettlyst in Gibsonville on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Every other Saturday. And that's on our website too.
Perfect.
And then we also have a blood drive coming up where we've organized, this will be the third year. Fourth year.
Wow.
Fourth year, partnering with two other yoga studios in the area.
Where would that be?
Here.
Okay.
It's here, and then we partner with Feel Better and Downtown Yoga.
Okay.
For that blood drive. And that's on
But you don't
August.
have to do yoga to give blood, so come on.
Join us. That's like August the 8th?
It's August the 8th in the morning. Okay. Yeah, there's different time slots available. But it just gives instead of the church basement, it makes this for a little bit more calming environment to donate.
It's the hospital basement again.
Yeah, we do offer a lot of feature classes along the way. We have goat yoga sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They crawl on your back.
Oh
so, if
my
you're
God.
looking into
Babies.
the goats, then that's an opportunity at times.
Wow.
That's a really fun one.
Yeah. We also do kitten yoga. We partner with Paws Forever in Mebane, and they bring in some of their kittens from foster, and they play around here, and then the proceeds goes to the rescue. One that we have coming up in August on the 22nd is Art and Asana. And that is where we have a bunch of local artists bring in their pieces. We hang them across the wall. We have a feature yoga class where we get to explore art and movement.
Okay.
And then we open up the studio as an art studio. And so people come in and see the art show. It's free. We'll have mimosas. So
Nice.
This is like the third or fourth.
I think this is the third year that we've done it. Yeah. So, and it's growing. We're getting more and more artists and more art, and it's very cool, the diversity of talent in Alamance County.
Well, perfect. Well, thank you guys for being on the podcast, all three of you, and thank you for having us here. It's been a blast.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You are
Thank
very
you.
welcome. Guys, thanks for listening to the Localite podcast. If you like what you hear, please share it with your friends, family. Be sure to follow, subscribe to all of our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Substack if I get to it. If you attend any of the events or meet any of the people in this week's episode, tell them we sent you. Tell them, hey. If you have any suggestions or events, activities, or people you'd like us to highlight, send us a message. Links to all the socials and everything today will be on socials, email, everything in the show notes. This episode, as always, is edited by the incredible Chris Joyce. I'm your host, Tyler Smiley, and you are listening to Localite Podcast. Have a good one. Full episodes of the Localite Podcast are available on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and all available podcasting platforms. See you there.